Could you talk a little bit about the work that went into creating your own nonprofit? Not just the substantive work, but the actual process and the actual building of the organization.
So it was a lot of work, and I'll be honest, a lot of people told me not to do it because they're like, "Oh, we already have Black women survivors. We already serve them." I was like, "But you're not serving them effectively." And there was organizations for Asian Pacific Americans, organizations Ayuda for immigrants. Black women were the number one people in the country, and Black women were the number one people in DC who were being abused. So I felt we deserved an organization for ourselves that represented us and that was catered to our needs. So I basically just filed for 501c3, picked a board. I picked a board hastily with people I knew. I wouldn't recommend doing that going forward. You should not pick people you know. You should not pick your friends as a board members. But that's what I did because I just wanted to get started. I worked at an open workspace in Anacostia. Just had I guess like a seat at a big table and just worked out of there at first, and then just built it up from there. So we started with direct legal services, and it was just me working there as the executive director and also going to court for clients, representing them in domestic violence court and family court in DC. I eventually was able to bring more people on to also assist with that. And then we also opened a mental health clinic because a lot of our clients, like I said, were traumatized. And they had Black women attorneys. All of our attorneys were Black women or women of color. And they're like, we want a therapist who's a Black woman too. And we're like, ooh, how are we going to do that? And so we decided to
Mm.
start our own clinic with Black women's
Wow.
psychiatrists and MSWs to represent our clients. And then in the process of making everything, I thought it was a good idea for people to have survivor advocates to represent their interests, to make sure they were being heard and that make sure they're getting all the services they needed. Because we would say like people would come in for legal services, but they would get everything. They get like childcare help. We get them work with their food insecurity. We would help their kids get in schools with vouchers. We help with clothing. It was just like how we got you in was through legal services, but we kept with all the other services that we did. And eventually we got like a little office in Anacostia Art Center called the Hive. But then eventually we got a full townhome that became our office in Congress Heights, which is also in Ward 8 of DC. And it's the confidential address, but it was very like relaxing space, very quiet, very like nicely decorated. It's very common place for our survivors to come and speak to like the attorneys or the advocates or the therapist, psychiatrist. So it's just like building up to everything every year, adding a little something every year, but taking it slowly. My mentor says it's a marathon, not a race. So try to like make everything happen all at once. Try to just go slowly with the process of starting one program, get that on the ground, get that working, and then get to the next program.